My name is Sanjay Jagatia from the United Kingdom, and in my professional life, I'm a fundraising and a community engagement consultant for a local charity NGO that supports elderly people from the BAME communities who have underlying mental health conditions, disabilities, visual and hearing impairment, and also other health issues. We use a wide range of experiences and skills to organize well-being activities to prevent these older people from becoming lonely and also isolated. Where I live here in the UK, climate change is starting to have a major impact on our day-to-day lives. We have seen adverse weather conditions even in the summer, with heavy rainfalls, storms, and also mass flooding. This has gradually got worse over the last 10 to 15 years. In my opinion, this is due to the decrease in snowfall and also rising sea levels. With global temperatures rising, climate change has also caused a major crisis on the ecosystems, with some species of animals being completely wiped out and on the verge of being extinct as a result of being driven out of their habitats, together with plants and also insects as well. I passionately believe that the biggest reasons why fossil fuels should be phased out across the world are to reduce death and also illness caused by air pollution, stop people from slipping into poverty due to their livelihoods being affected, limit climate change and reduce energy subsidies. Along with this, all countries should agree to stop all fossil fuel exploration and production. This is particularly important for those developing countries who have already felt the effects of years of fossil fuel usage by the more developed countries. The phasing out of fossil fuel should happen now and immediately, because the pledges made by governments in the past are inadequate and need to be strengthened and also enforced as well if the world is to limit temperature rises to 1.5 degrees Celsius as per the Paris Agreement. We immediately need a just energy transition to address our climate change and also ecological crisis, with the world coming together to implement structural and collective changes, ensuring that no one is left behind. I have seen a couple of examples of this in recent years. Firstly, my country, the United Kingdom, has produced a unique incentive whereby under current plans, the sale of new petrol and diesel cars will be banned from 2030, and anyone who changes their current cars to other versions, such as electric cars, are being given money to exchange their cars. Although this is a huge challenge for the country, many are actually seeing the benefits of the scheme. Secondly, in my mother country, India, over the last 5 years, the Indian government have begun to phase out the famous rickshaws due to the pollution they create. Both of these are small examples, yet effective steps that are being taken. In addition, rich and developed countries who have been the super users of fossil fuel over the last few years should support the less developed countries with funding in the form of grants and not loans, so that they can all progress on the journey together to phase out fossil fuel. A critical issue we need to get right is the language and the framing of the climate change and also ecological crisis. And my suggestion is that we create a declaration that is easy to understand and then use it to mobilize a mass marketing campaign in all the countries across the world. I have seen very, very little from the COP26, which gives a citizen's viewpoint, and we as members of the General Assembly can now be the change makers.